Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to our channel, and I want to say I'm really grateful for the support that you continue to give our channel. In this video, I want us to try and manifest non-partisan approach, because the Raila Odinga versus William Samoei Ruto case is now placed directly in the courts of public opinion. You and I will become the jury, and we want to look at the situation with a lot of sobriety. And I want you for a moment to place your political affiliation aside and let us look at what appears to be facts that are laid on the table. And for a moment, I want you to imagine that you are the judge. And Raila Odinga of the Azimio comes to you with claims or insinuations that, look, I have evidence that my votes were stolen, and these are the results. And the results that I'm talking about, according to Raila's server, he got 8,112,244, which constitutes 56.9%, against William Ruto's 5,938,160. So that is the request or the prayer that Raila has come with in your court. You are the judge, and you are very neutral and very non-partisan. All that you want is to dispense justice. So that is what Raila tells you. William Ruto comes and tells you that election is gone. We followed the due process. People went to vote. The votes were counted, verified at Bomas, and the result was declared. And Raila went to court, and even the courts withheld the ruling that William Ruto won. In the process, both of them maintain a hard stand. Raila says, I won, despite the fact that the IEBC declared William Ruto there were massive irregularities, and I feel that these people connived together to rob me of my victory. But William Ruto maintains his stand that that was the law. Then you ask them, what do you want us to do? Because that is the question that will leave either Raila Odinga or William Ruto with a rotten egg on his face. That is the question that has been laid on the table. Raila says, I won. William Ruto says, I won. William Ruto is pegging his case and argument on our law that the election is over. But Raila Odinga says that the law is not engraved on a stone. We made it, and it can only be used when it is used properly. But when in the first place he feels that some people breached that law, then we can revisit. So the question that I'm asking again, as the judge, as the jury, you and I, what do they want? You ask Raila and William Ruto. And Raila tells you that I have got a solution, a peaceful solution that will not shed any blood. Just open the server. You're saying that we are done with our elections. We voted. There were counting and verification, and you have declared that William Ruto won. So just open the server. It is there. William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua is saying, arrest Raila Odinga because he is becoming a bother. I want us to exercise solomonic wisdom, and I will remind you, be very non-partisan for a while, because we want to look at facts around us. Which one is easier, opening the server or killing people? Opening the server to show us the result, or spreading bullets to people who are just saying, open the server? Let us go back to our constitution. If it is true that election is over and it followed the due process, laid down due process, and so we say that we are not going to open this server, but instead we want to kill people who are demanding that we open this server. That is the law that you're talking about. On the other hand, someone is saying, it is true that elections is over, but I'm dissatisfied, so open the server. Which one is obeying the law? Because the law was created and it envisaged that the law was meant to make people happy. It was never meant to tramp on people. What I'm saying in a nutshell, is that even if you didn't want to support Raila on this, on what you may call insinuations, Raila has won the first phase of this battle, because he appears to be more credible than William Samoei Ruto. He has given his figures and he's just saying, please, it is my word against your word. Why can't you just open the server? It's as simple as ABC. Rigathi Gachagua is saying that on Monday they will assert their authority. Many people have interpreted his erroneous statements, his inflammatory statements, his reckless statements to be tantamount to a person who's either planning to apprehend Raila Amolo Odinga or is planning to assassinate Raila Amolo Odinga. Any of them will take this country deep down the Rwanda way. Blood will be shed. Kimani Ichung'wah does not agree with me because they want to experience. You know, recently Raila Amolo Odinga came up with allegations that Rigathi Gachagua, Kimani Ichung'wah and Ndindi Nyoro were planning to send goons to Azimio rallies, to Azimio places of demonstrations. And he knew their locations. He mentioned some ambulance. For a while, I wanted to be neutral. And I gave him the benefit of doubt. But I saw goons waving and brandishing machetes under the full glare and protection of the police. I saw civilian people coming out from ambulances and shooting aimlessly towards people who are peacefully demonstrating, and then they get into the ambulances and get away. And this tells you that Raila is more credible. One of the things, or among the things that Raila is talking about, are bringing down the cost of living, which is very true that the cost of living is high. And so with this, Raila seems to be speaking from a point of knowledge. When he says that he knows there is an ambulance that is full of some rogue policies, it comes to pass out. When he says or he claims that there's a clandestine meeting that is being chaired by the second in command and people who swore to protect lives as they claim, it comes out to pass. When he says that the cost of living is high, it's true. So on this, you realize that everything tied together can be said to be true. Because he has said the other ones and they come out to be true. So when he says this, Raila seems to be more credible. I mean, what is so difficult in opening this server? Because even the way it is now, let's try and treat them as claims. It is Raila's words against William Ruto's words. The only arbiter is the server. Raila knows very well that when he mentioned this today, he will indict the international community, who have always become very silent when William Ruto and the administration is using excessive power on him and his supporters. In the last demonstrations, there was a murder attempt, an assassination attempt, when they fired 7 bullets. And you saw how they treated Winnie, his daughter. He's giving his people an impetus and more energy to go for demonstrations, peaceful demonstrations on Monday. And I've said that those demonstrations must. I'm using the word must because Raila Amolo Odinga has said that they want to follow the law. Martha Karua is a lawyer. Kalonzo Musyoka is a lawyer. Wajakoya is a lawyer. Orengo is a lawyer. Otiende Amolo, name them. And they have said that they want to conduct themselves within the law. They even told the dignitaries that were sent to them from the United States of America. So he wants to give them energy to go to the streets because they have a cause to champion. Raila is indicting the international community because right now they are muted. They cannot talk. When they talk, the question is very simple. Open the server. Raila seems to be telling the media, both the international media, the local media, and the police that, you know, this is the truth. So as you capture this, as you are sent to come and beat our supporters, don't beat them because this is the truth. And Raila is winning this game. There is a revolution, an Unga revolution that is coming. Because in all honesty, the question is very simple. Why would you want to use the bullet? Yet it is something that you can do. Raila is indicting the courts. Because I understand that the Kenya Kwanza team is saying that it is the prerogative of the court to allow whether server can be opened. And William Ruto has maintained that it doesn't fall within their purview to admit the opening and scrutiny of the server. But in the interest of the people, public interest, what is so difficult. So when Raila Amolo Odinga came up with this figure, ladies and gentlemen, he seems to be more credible. And anyone who wants to demonize him should only open that server. You see, this question about the elections are over and all that, you see, even if the election is over and we want, you know very well that you won. What is so difficult in just showing Raila that you defeated him? Because if I were William Ruto, I would open that server then as early as yesterday, just to show you that, man, I defeated you and I can defeat you again. As the jury, I will tell you that looking at the evidence placed before me, I will support Raila on this. And if anyone wants to challenge, just open the server. No talks, no arguments, no insults, no feelings, facts and demands. Due to public interest, due to public demand, open the server. I don't know what you think. Share with me on the comment section.